This is crazy. I mean, Billy High and I were talking about it this morning that you can't see them. You got to have Zoom meetings. We got all these beautiful new facilities and nobody's been here. They can't see them. So we have conversations with parents on Zoom. We have conversations with the players, but it's just different. We do feel like, in fact, we have been told that after the guys sign on December 16th to 19th, I think is the 3 days of signing date, they can come for an official visit after they've signed. So that will help. We can at least get the guys in, and now we're starting school on January 19th. So we'll have from December 16th to January 19th, where the dead period will not affect the guys that have already signed their scholarships. And right now we're not planning on signing anybody for the late signing date, so that shouldn't affect us. So the biggest part, Ross, is we stay in touch with these kids 2 or 3 days a week that are committed to us. So that hadn't changed. The biggest thing is 22s. Number one, how many are they going to allow us to sign if they let all the seniors come back that want to? And what does that do to roster management 2 years from now? Because the NCAA said your guys are frozen this year in their class, so we could have 51 freshmen next year. And then what does that do to skew your numbers in your signing classes down the road? So that's a real concern. And I hope the NCAA will look closely at that and try to give us some leeway over the next 3 years to get those numbers back, because you could really affect the 22 class, where if nobody leaves next year and everybody has an extra year and they want to stay, you could be signing 10 or less in that class, and that's really unfair to the 22 class. So I think the biggest thing for recruiting right now is some are playing in Tennessee, some are playing in Georgia, Virginia, North Carolina is not playing for our footprint. So we have to start looking at those guys that'll play in February. And then we don't know whether that's been a dead period in February. So if North Carolina high schools start playing on February 22nd, right now we can't go because that's a dead period. So we'd love to be able to go see those guys play, but at least we'll have some video. And now all we've got is the camps that they're in and trying to get a glimpse of them on Twitter or something. It's really a strange time for that. You're still doing all the you're getting as much information as you can from the high school coaches and the parents and the young people. You're still got your height, weights, and speeds in the camps, but you're just not going to have video till much later than we have in the past. And again, how will it affect our camps? We actually set a date for spring practice yesterday. And what's going to happen with the pandemic? Are we going to have a vaccine? Will they allow camps? Will they allow spring official visits with the 22s in the spring? Will they allow us to go watch those guys play in the spring? So there's still so many unanswered questions that's put us in a tough spot right now.
Great. Yeah. I mean, you answered my follow-up about evaluations and things. So I guess you just kind of push off evaluations until you have new tape and new film in the spring and try to see what you can see. I appreciate it.
Yes, Ross. Yeah, you try to get as much information as you can now, but you'd love to see them play in person. And the other part of that is if not, you've got to have video, and people are just going to have to be more patient. But the other part of this that's really troublesome is, when are they going to tell us if we get any relief on numbers? And if not, how many do you have? So it's hard. We're all offering 22 scholarships, but if you've offered 50 and you've got 10 to give, somebody needs to help us with what's next here for these numbers issues, because roster management is it's a real nightmare right now with everybody getting to stay and not count a year. That's just something none of us have ever dealt with before. So we're all trying to deal with it.